Hey, warriors. I'm going to talk about something. Um, you know, People that have been listening to me know that I am open to ideas, around energy, frequency, sound, nervous system regulation, um, and I guess the possibility also that vibration affects the body. Okay, so I absolutely believe sound and frequency can influence human experience. Okay, music affects motion, breath affects the nervous system, rhythm affects brain states. That much is obvious. Okay, but I've always had this question in the back of my mind: how does anyone know with certainty that one exact frequency affects every human body the exact same way? It's a legit question, because human beings, they're not identical, systems. You got different genetics, different nervous systems, different trauma histories, different sensitivities, different biology. Okay? And recently I heard someone make a comparison that honestly clicked for me back to that question I had. He asks his audience how many people, in the audience are allergic to penicillin. Think about that. You know, it's something designed to help people can affect different bodies completely different. Heal some of them, and some of them it's toxic to. I mean, I'd say that it's, that way for everything. So why would we automatically assume that 528 hertz heals this and 432 hertz does this? This exact tone fixes, everyone the same way. I'm not saying frequencies do nothing. I completely believe in healing frequencies. You know, I'm saying I think the conversation has become too absolute online. Okay? Especially when you've got people, start aggressively selling certainty, right? Okay? Because that's where my discernment, I guess, activates, you know? Um, when spirituality, healing and human vulnerability become marketing, strategies, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Just saying, and honestly, I think some people are looking for a rescue. Something external that guarantees healing without doing the deeper self work, the lifestyle changes, the emotional healing, medical care, or nervous system regulation. Uh, Real healing is usually far more complex, is what I'm saying. Than just play this frequency and everything in your life changes. I'm just saying, and I think it's important that people hear this, because there's a lot of people that spend their hard earned money on that. These people that are selling that crap. I'm, I'm not saying it's crap. Like I said, I believe in healing frequencies. But how do you know? You might, let's just say you are looking for a frequency to do one certain thing. Let's say to change the color of your hair. I know I'm being funny right here, but let's just say you're looking for a frequency to change the color of your hair. Th- that frequency might be different even for you at different times of the day, depending on what's going on with you, what you ate that day, how you're feeling right now. Am I making my point clear here? Because, I mean, there's a difference between, I guess, exploration, uh, possibility, supportive tools, um, and making guaranteed claims about the human body. A human body that you're selling something to, that you don't know who that person is, you don't know what they need, you don't know what they're going through at any given point in time. I mean, especially online, like I said, personally, I just think that frequencies affect people differently depending on a million different things: state of mind, nervous system, emotional openness, biology, environment, expectation. You could go on all damn day. Individual sensitivity, you know which means the experience may be real for some people, with without it becoming, universal truth for everybody at every given moment, you know? And honestly, that feels far more responsible to say it like that, you know? Um, because discernment obviously matters to me. It should to everybody. Um, even in spiritual, especially in spiritual spaces, you know? And I think humanity needs to stop confusing "this helped me" with "this will definitely heal everyone." Just saying, guys. Love you.